You're watching The Morning Show on Global Kingston.
Wishing you a fantastic Friday morning. Please join me in welcoming renowned travel expert and the person you might have seen from many TV experiences. Jennifer Weatherhead Harrington is here talking about women in travel, and an interesting stat that was just revealed. Just over 85% of women report having taken a trip on their own for leisure purposes.
Yeah, so Travel Zoo Canada actually did this amazing survey where they found all this information out about how much females want to travel on their own. And they even found out that 70% of the women that they surveyed want to do a trip completely on their own.
The first thing that comes to mind would be safety concerns.
Yeah, you know, I would say that is probably the first one, but these days travel has gotten a lot safer when it comes to going around and being in contact constantly with people. There are tons of apps, there are lots of ways for you to stay in touch with people if you want to. If you don't want to totally disconnect from your phone, there's a lot of ways that you can still be safe. And I would say one good thing, if you're a little bit nervous about doing your first solo trip, you can go by yourself, not with your friends and not with your family, but join another group, like a Trafalgar tour group or something like that. So you're with other people,
right? But
you're still on your own.
That's another huge movement. I know are travel groups designated for just women, whether it's a friend or whether you're by yourself.
Yeah, actually, I just went on one designed just like that. It's a new Canadian company actually called Millie, and they do female-only trips, so 8 to 10 women. And the trip that I took was actually through Jordan.
Well, we got some pictures.
Yeah.
One of the destinations that you recommend is Jordan. What a beautiful country.
It's beautiful. It's really incredible. It's very safe. It's very welcoming, very friendly. A lot of people are a bit concerned about the safety there, but it's incredibly safe. They're very progressive. But then also just the incredible scenery. You can see that's the Wadi Rum Desert, which is just stunning and beautiful. It doesn't look like it's part of this planet.
Are you in this group somewhere?
I am.
Oh, I see you there. Yeah.
And then there's obviously Petra as well. One of the most wonderful places that you could visit. Amman's a great city to wander around by yourself too. So these kind of tours are great. They take you to places that you might not expect that you could go as a female solo. But when you're in this small group with other women, it's a sense of comfort. You feel like you're getting to know new people. You're on your own, but you're not having dinner by yourself kind of idea.
Jordan, one of those countries sort of in that part of the world where it is one of the oldest countries in the world.
It is. It has so much history, so much culture. The food's incredible. It's definitely really high up. I want to go back right now.
See, that's what I love about traveling, is to experience new foods as well. We're going to take a little look and visit to Italy right now.
Speaking of food, how could you not want to go to Italy and have food? It's always a top destination for females because they are so used to tourists and they're so welcoming.
Yeah.
They speak English pretty much everywhere that you go. They're just used to having people there. So it's a great place to explore completely on your own if you want to, or like I said, join another group if you wanted to do that. But the food, the wine, you can have your own kind of eat, pray, love moment if you want to eat pasta and gelato every single day.
I don't know if that means I've never read the book or seen the movie. But
she eats a lot of pasta and pizza and gelato she's in Italy.
I love pasta. Why
that
not?
was the eat part of the book.
One of the countries that I'd love to visit at some point in my lifetime is Portugal. That's a bucket list wish for me.
Yeah, so Portugal is great because it's really affordable. That's why I select this and why I think it's so popular among female travelers, is that it's a very affordable place. It's also super manageable. Lisbon is a really great city in terms of the size. You would feel like you'd have a lot to see and do, but it's not too big that it's overwhelming. And it's also really great if you wanted to take your mother or like multiple generations. It's really great because there's so many things that you can do while you're there.
And if you like food, I imagine seafood, a huge staple in their diet.
Yeah, the food there is incredible. Also the wine. Besides port wine, they also have a really great wine scene in the interior part of Portugal too.
Well, another country you want to bring to people's attention in this, I wouldn't have considered this, but Japan.
Yeah, so Japan, you might not think of it as being a really great spot for solo travel, but especially for females, it's great because they have hotel floors that are designated for females only.
Oh, interesting.
They also have train cars that are just for females. So if you are a little bit wary or you want to make sure that you're just doing a completely female kind of trip, this is a really great spot for you. And then, of course, there's so much culture, so much history that you can see while you're there. And again, they're really used to having tons of tourists. So you can feel comfortable, you can feel like you know how to get around, and there's always a way to get in contact with someone if you need any help.
I know you've traveled the world extensively. What is the oddest food that you think you've ever eaten?
whale blubber.
No, where was that?
This was before I was a vegetarian, and that was in Iceland.
Is that a staple there, or is it?
It's a delicacy, I would say, there, but it wasn't suitable for my palate.
Would it taste like I think it would? Just
Yeah.
like biting into
It's a
a
bit.
baseball glove.
It's pretty fatty. It's a little bit like foie gras, like in the sense of maybe not as delicate as foie gras.
You don't recommend it though.
I think if you're adventurous, you should try anything.
Try everything.
Yeah, if you're
Anything.
adventurous, go for it.
Okay. Travel expert Jennifer Weatherhead Harrington. Beautiful pictures. Thank you so much for sharing them.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to give you a little bit of a commercial break. Stay with us. The morning show continues. Wishing you a fantastic Friday morning. Well blubber for breakfast.